Hi guys, and welcome back to another Dairy Free Fridays video. So today I'm talking about Weaning and Dot. He is now coming up to 7 months old. Can't believe it, it's gone so fast. He'll be 7 months old on the 18th of March, so at the weekend, so in a couple of days from this. God, I can't believe he's nearly 7 months old. Where has that time gone? So we started weaning him from the day he hit 6 months old. Now, we're doing baby-led weaning. Technically, when you are weaning a baby, you should wait till 6 months, because somewhere between 4 and 6 months, they lose the reflex where they automatically push out food, and their digestive system becomes ready. But you don't know exactly when that happens because it's different for every baby. That's why they recommend waiting until 6 months, which is what we did. We waited until exactly 6 months to the day. And yeah, you got to make sure that they've lost the reflex where they automatically push out food, which he has. And I noticed a difference because when we had to give him Calpol when he was small after his jabs, he would just push it straight out. He wasn't interested in having that in his mouth. But then when he was getting close to 6 months, we had to give him Calpol for something, and he just drank it down. He was loving it. So it was like, wow, he's lost that reflex now. And yes, they should be able to sit up unaided as well for at least a minute. But I think that's for baby-led weaning, which is what we're doing. So how's it going? Yeah, I think I'm discovering some more allergies as we're going. I think he's allergic to oats, which is something that I had suspected for a while. I say allergic, I don't think he's allergic to oats, I think he's intolerant. So two slightly different things. But I found after he has oats, he has the most disgusting poos. They stink of vomit. They're just disgusting. And I gave him basically porridge twice, and for those 2 days he had the worst poos. Oh my, they were just disgusting. They were disgusting. I'd be happy if he never did them again. Yeah, so I think he's got an intolerance to oats, which I think he tolerates it through the breast milk, but not directly. And yesterday I gave him some poached cod. I gave it to Squidge and Dot. I gave him the same meals, and it was poached in water with a tiny dash of olive oil. And it's just plain cod, nothing fancy, just simple cod. I gave it to him for lunch, and he very quickly after eating it started rubbing and scratching his eyes. I mean, just constantly, to the point where he was getting distressed and crying. So I would take him out of the high chair, cleaned him off, and thought, right, we're done with that meal. Then I gave him cod again in the evening because it was a big portion of cod, and yeah, so I thought, right, I'll give him some more in the evening. Again, I was giving some to Squidge as well. And again, once he started eating the cod, the same thing happened. He was scratching and itching in his eyes. So kind of at that point I thought, wow, maybe he's actually allergic or intolerant to cod, which I think is a weird one, but he certainly wasn't happy having it, and it was causing him issues. So we stopped that feed as well. He just loves eating. He absolutely loves eating. He loves being in the high chair. He loves picking up food, shoveling it into his mouth, and he loves having like 2 fistfuls of food, like lots, because I give him sticks of everything pretty much. He just has 2 fistfuls where he's got at least 1 or 2 things in each little fist, and he's just there going nom 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 nom, nom 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 nom. It's the cutest thing ever, and he's got like food all over his face, and he just loves it. He loves it. And then like what we find is that coming towards the end, when he's kind of had enough, he starts getting a bit fussy. If I give him his beaker of water, he's happy again for another 5 minutes. He's like, yeah, picks it up with both hands and like tries to have a drink. He has a little bit, just water in there, and then he just loves banging it on the high chair and throwing it around. It's really quite funny. But yeah, I suppose I've just played it really safe so far with the dairy free. I've just given him lots of vegetables and meat and just things that are safe, fruit and things like that. Loads of toast, because it's my homemade bread, so I know it's completely safe, and I use Flora dairy free on it. And I've tried him with peanut butter, no allergy there. He's had the peanut butter and been absolutely fine with it, which is great. If you don't know, they do recommend giving babies peanut butter between the age of, I think it's 6 months and about 10 months, because following a study that came out about 3.5 years ago, it was when Squidge was a baby, they found that in this trial, babies who had been exposed to peanuts, or nuts, early on, so during that early weaning phase, were much less likely to develop a nut allergy as they grew into toddlerhood and older. And then the children that weren't given any kind of peanut butter or nuts as a baby, that then were exposed to it slightly older, a lot of them were developing nut allergies. So yeah, peanut butter is obviously, smooth peanut butter is a really safe way to expose them to that. So that's something I've been keen to do early on. And he's been absolutely fine with it, which is great. But what I want to do is start making more interesting things. You can make like little mini pancakes in like muffin tins with like little bits of fruit in them. Things like that I want to start making, like some little muffins and things. I just need to make some swaps with it. So like where it says to use butter, to use Flora dairy free instead. Instead of milk, I can't use Oatly because of his oat allergy, oat intolerance, so I'll use hemp milk instead. Obviously I can't use soya either because he needs to be soya free as well. Yes, that's been a hard one, is me trying to remember for him to be oat free as well with the milk, because I use oat milk for everything for me and I can't use it for him. I just have to kind of remember that. I'll put some videos in here of like his very first experience of food. I videoed it and made sure that I captured that. And then yeah, some of his other feeds and meals that I've done ever since as well. I just tend to kind of cut his food out. I cut everything into batons or julienne, whatever you want to call it, if I can, and put it onto his high chair table, and then he just grabs it. He pretty much grabs the food off it before I even put the table on his high chair. He just loves food. I've not quite been brave enough yet to give him anything that's runny, like soup or I did give him porridge once, like I said, but yeah, that was a nightmare. I'm not very good with mess, and I know baby-led weaning is messy, but like most of it is not like super duper runny food, so it doesn't bother me as much. Like when I gave him mash, I gave him mashed potato with peas and sweet corn kind of mixed into it, and I put it in like little balls on his table, and he would just pick up one of them and just be like nom nom nom, and it would be all over his face, but it's fine, it can wipe off really easily. But when it's something really wet, like say dairy-free yogurt or something, I mean, he might just end up getting that all over his hair and everywhere, and that really stresses me out. I guess I'm alright with this, because as much as we did normal weaning with Squidge, he kind of dragged us into baby-led weaning because he wanted finger food for everything. So we kind of switched to that with the odd little bit of spoon feeding. I have tried to spoon feed Dot because, for selfish reasons, I really missed like feeding a baby with a spoon, like where they're like a little bird opening their mouth. I love when they're like, oh, it's so cute, it's so cute. But Dot wasn't interested. He wanted to take the spoon off me and feed himself, so I took his cue and stopped. He really likes toast, he really likes toast, he really likes peanut butter on it. I haven't given him anything else on toast other than just Flora dairy free. He quite likes broccoli as well. Oh yeah, I think carrots is another one that he's not good with. He got some red patches on his face after eating carrots, which I think is quite common. So I'm going to cut them out for a couple of months. I think they are more safe from 10 months, but some babies are fine with them. All in all, it's going really well. I'm not too strict on like when he sits down for a meal, like breakfast, lunch and dinner. If he sleeps through breakfast, fine, I'm not going to play catch up. If he sleeps through lunch, fine. If he only gets the one experience a day, it's fine. He's getting most of his nutrients from my breast milk still. And at this stage, food is for exploring and, you know, just having fun with. Something he does love is roasted vegetables, which is funny because it's one of my favourite meals, just to have a plate of roasted veg. I love it. We had some at the in-laws on Sunday, and he just snuffled it all down. He loves, I think potato is probably his favourite vegetable. He loves potato, just like his mum. Yeah, so, but it's going well. I hope you've enjoyed like the little clips I've put in of him having his like first experiences of food. I'll do some more videos as we go on, and I might do like some little recipes and some little like, I'll try and accumulate a video of like different bits of food that I've made him just for inspiration and things like that as well, for dairy-free stuff. But that's a little while off yet. If you've got any requests on the kind of videos you'd like to see on dairy-free Fridays, please let me know. I was hoping to get one up every Friday, but the snow kind of threw me out there. Yeah, but if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Bye.